All right, so we are going to take a look at this Edmodo assignment. It's going to be pretty hard for me to scroll down here because the way I have to set up my computer to make it work. But here we go. So you are asked to find the equation for this table. Well, I notice that this is going up by 1, that's going down by 2. So essentially I'm subtracting 2. Well, this is my, that's the number that I'm changing by every time, right? That is sort of the pattern number. And it's happening every time. And we've talked about in variables and patterns that that is going to be the number that is multiplied by x. It's the number, it's the counting number, so to speak. Now, if I were to expand this table, this would be 11, this would be 13, and this would be 15, right? And we noticed that when you had a coordinate grid, and in this case it's going down, this number always showed up in the equation. Well, when x is 0, y was 15. That's a positive 15. So here we have it. Now this answer, see if I can scroll down at all. It's not letting me scroll down at all. So this is the answer. You'd have to scroll down a bit to get there. And I just can't do it on this, so it's the way it goes. Let's see if I can go to the next question. Go to the next question. So then, there we go. So I'll go down and I'll select that as my answer. It was going down by 2, and it was plus 15. So then I'm going to go to my next question and take a look at it. Now I have to go back to my Promethean software to be able to write on the board, so I'm going to do that really quick. I do want, oh, come on. All right, here we go. Everyone can see the invoice. Excellent. So here we go. So an architect built, should be a T, built a model of a room that needs to be painted. The scale of the model is 1 inch is equal to 5 square feet, or 5 feet, it doesn't say square feet. If the model needs 30 square inches of painting, then how many square feet does the paint in the real room require? I'm going to do this quickly and then explain why. We have talked at least 100 times that the relationship with scale factor and area is going to be the scale factor squared times bigger. Times bigger, or smaller. For those of you who can't read that, that is scale factor squared times bigger. So I see the scale factor in this case is 5, right? Well, what is 5 squared? 5 squared is equal to 25. So the area is going to be 25 times bigger than the original area. 25 times 30 is 750. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to do my little switching out of Promethean to the internet, and I'll submit it. So here we go. And clear that off. So remember 750. So I will go to Edmodo, and here we go, 750 square feet. Next. All right. So now we have one of our mirror problems. Let's take a look at this. So in our mirror problem, we have, here's the mirror, M for mirror, and then so the height from the ground to the student's eye is 5 feet 2 inches, but wait a second. Feet and inches, feet and inches. I can't multiply 5 feet 2 inches with feet or feet and inches because that's not all the same unit. I need the same unit. And I know you've talked about feet and inches in elementary school. How many inches are in 5 feet 2 inches? And there's even this note, pay attention to your conversions. How many inches in a foot? Well, there are 12 inches in a foot. So 5 times 12 is 60 plus 2 is 62. And let's just double check here. We have 5 times 12 plus 2. There you have it. Well, that's just 36 feet, 10 feet 6 inches. 10 times 12 is 120 plus 6, so that's 126. So when I do this problem, those are the numbers I have to use. So I have 62 inches, the distance from centimeter, so that's 36 inches. Then if I draw out the rest of it, I know that the distance from the center of the mirror to the playground structure is 126. So the question is, what did I multiply 36 by to get to 126? So I'll go 126 divided by 36. So my scale factor is 3.5. Well, that means I need to multiply it over here. Times so that's 217 square inches, but who talks about this as 217 inches? So I'm going to divide that by 12. So I get 18 feet, and I need to convert the 0.083 into inches, so I'm going to subtract out my 18, and I'm going to multiply this by 12, because there are 12 inches in a foot, and I get 1. So the answer is 18 feet, 1 inch. So I'm going to put that in the answer blank. So here we go. So we said 18 feet, 1 inch. And I will continue. Oh, great. So now we have a shadow method question. So I'm going to have to, again, make my drawing, and again, I see that some conversions are just going to have to be made. There's no way around it. Because you've been given things in feet and inches, and now you're starting to see, perhaps, why the metric system would make more sense. But we're all in America, so here we go. So I'm going to go to Promethean. Here we go. Here's my shadow. Yardstick is 36 inches. Length of yardstick shadow is 2 feet. So that means that's going to be 24. I have my gym, and we have 18 feet 6 inches. Well, what is 18 feet 6 inches in inches? So 18 times 12 plus 6. So 222 inches. Oops, I put that in the wrong place. So I'm going to erase that. Okay, so the question is, what did I multiply 24 by to get 222? So divide it by 24. So get a scale factor of 9.25. So I multiply my 36 by 9.25. I get 333 inches. Now, that doesn't really help me because we talk about feet and inches. So I'm going to divide it by 12. I get 27 feet. I'm taking the 27 feet out. I have the 0.75. I'm going to multiply it by 12 inches in a foot. I get 9. 27, 9. So I'm going to, again, put that in my answer blank. see if I can do this.
Because I did the only manly thing I know how to do.
No, that's not.
You know, create boys. The only manly, do you know what the only manly thing I can really do is? Do you know what
7,
it is?
9. Next question. All right, which rules would make a similar figure?
I can change the time. I can change the flat top.
So we remember that multiplying x and y by the same rule would create a similar figure. So let's see if we're multiplying x and y by the same thing. 8, well, that's just 1, right? So this one is not similar because they are not being multiplied by the same number. This x is being multiplied by 0.5. That's multiplied by 1. They're not the same thing. They're not similar. It doesn't matter what I'm adding or subtracting to any of it. It only matters what I'm multiplying x and y by. I'm multiplying x by 1, multiplying y by 1. Is that the same number? Yes. This is similar. The minus 5 would move it down on the grid 5. The plus 4 would move it 4 on the grid to the right. That's what it does. That's similar. This one is also similar because 2 times x, 2 times y. This plus 2 moves it to the right 2. The minus 3, oh shoot, I did this wrong. The minus 3 moves it down 3. Incidentally, the minus 5 over here moves it to the right 5. Oh, moves it to the left 5. Sorry, folks. And moves it up 4. Yes. So x deals with left and right. A negative is going to the left, positive going to right. I'm sorry about this mess. So I need an answer that has C and D as similar. So let's see if that is an option. Alright, so none of the above doesn't work because C and D are similar. A, B, C, no. A and B, no. B and C. C and D were both similar. Two figures are similar. They have an area of 24 square meters and 6 square meters. What is the scale factor from small to large? So what did I multiply 6 by to get 24? Well, I multiplied 4 to 6. So the scale factor squared is 4. So the scale factor must be 2. Remember, the connection between scale factor and area is scale factor squared. If you typed in 4, it's just not right. Last question. Two similar figures have perimeters of 24 meters and 6 meters. What is the scale factor from small to large? Side length is just straight scale factor. So the scale factor here would be 4 because I multiplied 6 times 4 to get 24. So let's see how we did. This quiz totally was awesome. A few results, and we got a perfect score. Look at that. Okay, so we know how to do this, and if you looked at my time, it took me about 15 minutes, and that's okay.